checking out the Me Too TT movement on Facebook as well. We want to build a better Trinidad and Tobago, and we had to start somewhere. We had to do something. Recognize the problem so we can fix the problem. M1047 leading the way.
Are you looking to save a buck in these tough times? Well, Save a Lot Food Stores has now been renamed Save a Buck Food Stores and reopened to serve you. Located on the Eastern Main Road in Mount Hope, this is a place where you can find all of the brands you're accustomed to. You can expect all the fantastic prices you're accustomed to. They accept links, credit cards, US dollars, and now government senior citizen pension checks, public assistance, disability grants, and the TT Food Card. So go on down and check them out today at Save a Buck. Right, well, you know who's here this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Robert, Amar. Good morning, Kevin De Freitas. Good morning to the loyal listeners on 104.7 and to all the people who follow the show on social media every Thursday. Thanks again for having me here, Robert, on such an auspicious day. The day before Friday, the 7th of September, which, if Trinidadians and Tobagonians are awake, will go down in history as the day Trinidadians and Tobagonians finally stood up beyond the bacchanal and the noise for their country.
Well, I want to agree with that sentiment, but we talked this talk already. You had called in the morning when you were going to put up your day of resistance, if you want to call it that, when you first showed up at the Prime Minister's office, very dissatisfied with some of the things that were taking place. I think in a country like Trinidad and Tobago, when you have the professionals like the chambers of commerce, the energy chamber of commerce, all the highfalutin people in the country, the University of the West Indies, all the economists in the country, and none of all the social engineers that we have here, the Selwyn Ryans, I mean, you sit back and you ask yourself, what's going on with these people? Don't they understand what's going on in the country? But it seems very clear that these people have already advocated to satisfy themselves by saying, hey, who played the piper, play the song, and the person who played the piper, I am going to dance to that song.
And that's the point. This is a wild place. This is not a normal country. Trinidad and Tobago is corrupt at every level. You just call some names of things that should be sacrosanct and held in high esteem, and they're not. The Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Commerce is a bastion of corruption. The University of the West Indies is a failed institution, imparting failed knowledge to people. We have too many functional illiterates talking in Trinidad and Tobago and not dealing with the issues, as you just rightfully said. There are issues that matter. We are talking about Petrotrin now. But if you put that same microscope on WASA, TSTT, B-Mobile, TNTech, NIPDEC, Caribbean Airlines, Port Authority, EMBD, EFCL, Sport TT, UDCOT, the list of state enterprises, licensing office, the list of state enterprises known to be corrupt is extensive. We've had governments come and governments go, and all manner of pontificators and posturers take up positions in public office and not address these issues. We have the conundrum of a $26 a price oil per barrel of oil, allowing Petrotrin to declare profit. Wilfred Espine declared a profit in June, putting aside the $12.34 billion owed because of the abuse on Petrotrin by Malcolm Jones and Ken Julian that we've been talking about for years. And we've been calling for justice and a return of the people's money. But if you could have made a profit with oil at $26 a barrel in June, oil is $76 a barrel now. How all of a sudden the Minister of Energy, Franklin Kahn, could be telling the nation that Petrotrin is going to pull the economy down at a cost of $2 billion a year. Who is lying? Wilfred Espine or Franklin Kahn?
One of them had to be lying.
But you have two completely contradictory statements.
Now, what is worse is that you have the energy the energy chamber, and you have the AmCham, and a significant amount of them that have been polled according to the newspapers have advocated that they agree with the shutting down of Petrotrin. Now, I am asking, do businessmen in this country work this way, where the Prime Minister gets up and he says, red shoes, blue socks, green drawers, and they don't ask them, at least you can see the socks.
The emperor new clothes. That's our country.
You can see the socks.
The emperor,
You can see the shoes.
in the childhood story, the emperor walked down the road stark naked to prove a point and told all of his followers, I have a new magical tailor and this is invisible clothes. And they all commented at the cut and the style and the way he was carrying it. To prove a point, the Energy Chamber, the Chamber of Commerce, the Trinidad and Tobago Manufacturers Association. Yesterday I was given access to a conversation by two CEOs of energy companies in Trinidad and Tobago. And I asked, are those their opinions or company line? Because company line is a different thing to what you might believe. But to keep your job,
You have to do it.
you throw in company line. So you might think that this is madness because you see, and what Trinidadians don't understand is, St. Croix, I want to use as an example, in the Virgin Islands, have no oil. But St. Croix have the largest refinery in the Caribbean. St. Croix refinery was mothballed 10 years ago. They just spent 1.4 billion US dollars turning it back on. Because they anticipate a need for a refinery of that size and capacity. It is almost 6 times the production capacity of Petrotred. We need 140,000 barrels a day to be optimum. They need 600,000. Why turn it back
I
on?
was telling you all this.
Why turn St. Croix refinery back on? Why spend 1.4 billion US dollars, over 10 billion TT dollars, to turn that refinery back on? We outfitted our plant with an ultra low sulfur diesel plant.
98% finished, just remember that.
98%. Yeah, but Robert, that is the new coming on stream world benchmark.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
We're ready
No, but
to
we
ship to the global marketplace.
But hold on, stop there. Stick a pin because
I will stick a
one
pin.
of the thing is one of the things that has been advocated is that they built it bad, in that it is not built in accordance with code for an earthquake. We just get a 6.9.
Robert, that is
earthquake.
shock
We
doctrine.
just get a no, you have a point. We just get a 6.9 earthquake for about a minute and 30 seconds. Not that if it was for 3 minutes everything would fall down. Or not that if it was 20 miles deep in the sea that the whole country would not have been flattened.
All of a sudden,
It was
Robert.
120 something.
Robert,
miles
when
down.
Manning was Prime Minister and Conrad Enel was Minister of Finance, when it was ham and jam in the PNM, and you could have pelt out that $3.1 billion for that ultra low diesel, there was no geologist available.
They always have a geology.
Of shock doctrine for people to understand is when a man is tracking a woman. If you are a woman, you could be involved in teaching Montessori education to blind 3-year-olds from Zimbabwe. And the man who tracking you will be interested in every word you have to say. Not only that, he will have credible contributions to the conversation. If he can research, he will take break, go to the bathroom and use Google and come back. And Keith Rowley reminded me of that man. You see, I don't trust our Prime Minister, Robert, and I want you to know this. I don't trust him. I find that he functions like an advocate of other people, not the people of Trinidad and Tobago. To me, he advocates for whoever is pulling the strings for Austral and the rest of the ship suppliers that keep supplying us the nonsense that we buy from Australia and China. Not that they can't build boats, but that we can't buy boats, or we don't know what is the dimensions or the specifications. We buy a boat that could park.
Just let me interrupt you. Historical court ruling, India decriminalizes gay sex.
Yeah, that they bust that rubbish, man.
Can you imagine that?
And look at all the fellas happy.
Wow.
They're
What a thing happened. India decriminalizes gay sex. Anyhow, I am sharing your view along the lines of confidence or in the words that come from the Prime Minister's mouth. I mean,
You heard him on Sandals, Robert. You heard everything the man. No, but every time the man speaks on Sandals, I want to know: is he an agent for Sandals?
Well,
He doesn't speak like the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
I don't think that he's an agent for Sandals, but I think he may be very close in thinking that Sandals will open by 2020, theoretically, and that he will be there for the golf tournament where Greg Norman and him will pair up to go and play. And I just hoping that you and I can pair up and play against
We're gonna beat them bad. We're gonna beat them bad. But you see,
I'm good at Greg
we're
Norman.
gonna beat. No, but I mean, at the end of the day, right now,
We just put some center in.
one time, yeah.
And when you're outside there, you get out.
You see, at Tobago and Chris Moore talk about putting eye drops in people. Remember that?
Saline and the eye drops.
Was she the
And get
woman
them
that was in
diarrhea.
Savannah? Was that Chris Moore?
It looked like her.
They say so, you know, but I find she looks small. But
She looks small.
She looks short too.
But anyway, yeah,
the
come back.
reality is that as far as I'm concerned, I think you're on the ball, I think you hit the nail on the head. It is the integrity and honesty of the Prime Minister that is a question here. Because you cannot be the head of Trinidad and Tobago. A man like Espinay comes to you and tells you going to shut it down. And I am asking, please share with the country what were the rationales. Don't just tell us $2 billion of loss per year. That is not good enough.
Tell us how,
Tell us
Robert.
how.
You know
What's
that.
the details?
You know what I don't understand. We don't know the consumption data of diesel, gasoline, aviation fuel in Trinidad and Tobago per year.
We know.
We have that information.
He said, and I want to give him credit that he did say that. At least I said that's the best thing he ever said for the whole discussion that he had for the 50 minutes or whatever.
Which one of the discussions? Because I couldn't take him twice.
No, the one that he had on the addressed to the nation. He said 20,000 drums of oil is what is required for Trinidad to produce the fuel that it needs to satisfy all the levels.
So let me ask a question, right? If we sell 40,000 barrels of oil, we sell it. Is it not more expensive to refine oil to get gas and diesel? If we need 20,000 barrels of oil and we produce 40,000 barrels of oil, we can refine our 20,000 barrels of oil and sell the rest?
No, but the thing is that you have to understand that 20,000 barrels or the 40,000 barrels of oil we have is not good quality. That's one of the problems we have in Trinidad and Tobago. That the quality of the crude we have is heavy. So therefore, you still have to bring in foreign crude to kind of, it's like making rum. You can't just take the rum that is 20 years old and just put it in a bottle, like a blend. So in Trinidad and Tobago, blending is part of.
So we sell the 40,000 barrels we have. What we get for our oil? If the price of oil is $76, if the price of oil is $76 for what? Brent sweet crude. What do we get for ours?
Maybe about 40. And this is why I was surprised at the numbers they were quoting, because at the end of the day, we really don't even know what they're buying. And as I was saying to somebody, and I heard one gentleman call this morning and make the comment, says he can't understand, if Robert Amar could see something like that, how come they can't see? One of the things is that
Robert Amar is not a part of the grand conspiracy to defraud the country and rob the treasury.
Well,
that's the problem.
Well,
these people who defended Robert have a piece of the pie. Listen, all the people that you're quoted, in 5 years under Patrick Manning, World Gas to Liquid plant, 1.3 billion. Ultra low sulfur diesel plant, 2.4 billion. Administration billion, 427 million. Upgrade of the fuel catalytic unit, 2.1 billion. The CCR platforming unit, 1.5 billion. The alkalinization plant, 1.8 billion. The offsite and utilities program, 1.7 billion. That is 12.34 billion. That is the debt that Petrotrin has. Malcolm Jones and Ken Julian have the money. You want to know where the money gone? Go by Malcolm Jones' family. Go and knock on Ken Julian door wherever he is in the world and ask them, where's our 12.3 billion?
A former minister of finance came to their rescue. And I'm very concerned about this man, Conrad Inel.
But he was the minister of finance then. Knock on his door too.
That's what I'm saying, because he put in the equation that the reason why this cost went up is because the cost of construction.
That is bullshit. Robert, let me tell you something. You know there's buy? When they send you to buy a gas to liquids plant, you and your partners set up a Naikwan in Ghana. And all your Naikwan, buy it. And then sell it to Trinidad. So you pay one price and Trinidad pay a next price. That is how it is done.
Transfer prices.
And if you want to play the shell game better, 3 and 4 shell companies, all flip-flop, all of them exist just for one purchase. One purchase and one sell.
One existence. That's it.
So you could go on TV and say, we bought this technology from Mitsubishi, who bought it from Charles.
And the first seller would have been Kevin.
Robert, I want to tell you something. You see, the reason Guterres and them went to jail for Piarco was because it reached on American soil. Australia, China, the United States of America, Canada, even Russia and Japan, they don't play the fool with international corruption. If you had a proper government in this country that employed forensic accounting, that followed the money, forget Conrad Enel, forget him, forget all of them. They are part of the same conspiracy. Forget them. Hire a real government and just follow that money till you reach back to GTL.
One of the things is you never gonna lose the money. The money is the
Robert,
one thing you can follow.
World GTL have paperwork.
Have to have.
So they sold this plant.
Yeah.
Who did you sell it to? Ask Trinidadians. Ask Malcolm Jones, Conrad Enel, Ken Julian and the crew. Why did we deal with anybody else but World GTL? How did it go? Construction alone? I mean, I know Manning had overheat the economy because he was pelting out to spend our money fast. When you're building projects, when you're building Taruba, Napa, Sapa, Tapa, Scarborough Hospital, Waterfront, when you're building all of that, that is how you get the money out. That is how banditries take place in Trinidad and Tobago. Corruption is needless contracts and overinflated. We came up with a term in Trinidad and Tobago called cost overrun. And every time I heard it, the people just got more brazen. A cost overrun is this bottle of water, if you buy it here, is $8, but if you buy it in Movie Town, it's 12. But you'll understand the 12 in Movie Town. But if they tell you, if you buy it in Hyatt, it's $400. You would ask a question, it's a bottle of water. But we had gotten brazen.
Yeah, to pay $400 bottle of water.
Scarborough Hospital went up from 123 million to 1.2 billion. Taruba went up from 163 million to 1.2 billion. Napa Sapa Tapa, that was between them, supposed to cost 500 million, reached $1.4 billion. Look at what we're talking about. But this is not a little bit of money.
No. Anyhow, people, it's 28 minutes before 12 o'clock. That time check came to you with the kind courtesy of Hearty Foods. And remember, at Hearty Foods, you can get 5 cases of Dasani water, 355 ml for $100. You can get 4 Fruta, 250 ml for $10. You can get bananas at $3.50 a pound, or you can get 3 cases of chubby for $100. But let's put it even better. Free 12-pack of Chiffies, corn curls when you spend $300. And if you like fries, you can get 2 burger fries for only $20, 2 Blue Ribbon Yum Yum sausages for only $25, and you got to clean up after, so 3 Blossom paper towels for $20. And not forgetting, you like the fruit juice, you like the apple juice, Orchard orange juice, only $48 for a case, and Forte Fruta 100% apple juice for $48. That's Hearty Foods. And 2 good and important things. No wrecking. When you go by Hearty Foods, they got parking. And if you are a business person or a family member, a housewife, and you're on the move, free Wi-Fi. So while you're inside there, you can still follow the Facebook. You can still follow the YouTube. And you can pick up on all the little movie land that's going on. So, Hearty Foods, that's the place to be. And the time check, as I said, 28 minutes before 12 o'clock, that came to the kind courtesy of Hearty Foods. Right, so.
I want to ask you one question. You have a lot of employees. If an employee come to you with a project and say, this is the projected earnings and this is the cost, $586 million to buy this plant, and you approve it, and by the time the work is done, it didn't go up twice, it didn't go up 3 times, it went up 4 times. When they were finished with the alkalization plant that started off at $536 million, it reached almost $2 billion. How was a public investigation not launched? How does Conrad Enel get to sweep aside $1.5 billion extra?
But aside Conrad Enel.
No, I just want to, you see, I need to call him out. And Karen Nunes Teixeira and the rest.
How does the cabinet, and I asked the Prime Minister this once before, when I had him on the spot, he said, Prime Minister, Can you explain to me how government-owned companies puts the country in debt without the cabinet's approval? And his answer to me at that time was something to the level of saying, well, we're now looking into that, we're now reviewing that.
Yeah, but Robert, even
And
self.
as of today, they still have done nothing.
No, but even self.
3 years later.
Corporation Soul is the Minister of Finance.
I agree.
The term cabinet came from a king who used to take his closest advisors into a literal cabinet with him to plan and scheme and come back. The cabinet is not an elected body. The cabinet is the people that the prime minister at the time feels that he can rely on to do what he wants.
Yeah.
That is his inner cabal, publicly. So when they tell you the cabinet approve it, miss me with that. That is nothing. That is himself to himself. That is a prime minister in a room surrounded by people whose job it is to agree with him. That's their whole job description.
We have a little special coming up here for you now. Somebody is going to be able to win $45. Yes, $45. You're going to get a voucher. You have to collect it by tomorrow, which is December 29, 2018. It's coming to you with the courtesy of Fat Duck. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the commercial. And when we play the commercial, we are going to then ask your question, and let's see how you can answer that question.
Listen carefully.
And we'll try to see how we'll try and see how we could get you to win. But it's not as easy as you think. So what can I tell you? All we gotta do now is try to see how we could get this action going. Give me 1 second, I'm setting it up. Bear with me a little bit because I'm off the ball a little bit at this specific time. But I'll get you there in a minute. Okay, I think I'm almost there. Fat Duck. Okay. Looking like we're there? No, we're not there.
You need an
Pretty hot and
intern.
tasty
You-
Fat Duck.
You need
Wait,
a...
it?
Pretty hot and tasty.
What is that?
Fat Duck, that's what the fat stands for. Pretty hot and tasty.
What kind of food is that? Well, I mean, I'm getting this duck, but what style?
All kinds of food. They even have this barbecue, roti, everything. This is the place right across the highway from Bayou by the lights. As it turn right there.
And in here with this fat duck?
Yeah, the ginger.
That is cool. I'm gonna go and check it just because of that name. If you so manage to name your place Fat Duck, I wanna come and
If
see.
you man like all your food, Fat Duck,
What's
you
man?
will see customers again.
You understand?
You
You understand? I put roti shop on the map, you know. That roti shop, when I walk in, they say, Mr. Alexander, you don't have to pay when you here. You just eat.
You like that too, man.
But
Anything for free for
not
you.
at all. I like when I like something and they treat me nice in return. I like that. You can't. Don't be jealous. You wanna go and taste? Let me go.
It's like them politicians, man.
Here you now, boy. That's how the corruption starts with roti. With roti.
Your price of the roti.
But yeah, listen. I'm telling you, you know, if you want to bribe me, roti is it. You could bribe me with a bus up shop.
All right, so
Fat Duck. Here we go.
here we go, people. You're going to have to deal with it, but I mean, what I'm saying to you is rest assured that what will happen is that you're not going to get it easy. I'm going to play it for you and I'm going to play some other things in between. So you better remember what's going on here. Here we go.
Hot and tasty. Taste the flavor that will leave you wanting more. Check us out today. Any one of our friendly staff will be happy to serve you. Delight in our tasty menus. Lunch specials as low as $12. Available before 12 p.m. Delight in our tasty menus. Try the tender, juicy barbecue chicken, lamb, oxtail, fish, pork tails. Also serving roti, burgers, and our famous smoked
So much English, sir.
sides to choose from. Creamy
You know what I'm saying? Roti,
macaroni
curry,
pie, wedges, and
barbecue,
more.
everything there.
Come.
They had gyros and all sorts.
When all they're done, let's go for lunch. They have a nice place, Robert. You had to take Sharon on a date in Cascade called Henderson's. It's from farm to table. You will enjoy it. They only have 4 tables. So you gotta make a reservation. And if you like beef, they sell something called osobuco. I just love the name. It is so good. Somebody said we need to open a learning center for idiotic politicians. Huh? They wouldn't come.
Nobody would admit it. I will be admitting you're a failure.
Trinity Lighting Accessory Limited, the only place for light bulbs, parts and accessories. Located 123 Western Main Road, St. James. Trinity has the widest range of light bulbs, replacement parts for chandeliers, ceiling fans and other light fixtures. We do special orders for hard-to-find light bulbs and have month-end specials.
God.
So don't go looking around. Call now. 628-8373. Fax 622-6935. Email trinityetc@yahoo.com. Website is www.trinityetc.com. Like us on Facebook, Trinity Lighting ETC Limited, and ease your stress away. Trinity, your one-stop shop. Our new Miami address, Metro Shopping Center, 2033 Northeast 163th Street, North Miami Beach, Florida 33162.
Aye, aye. Mountain Benedict Crusade. We eating red pork and dancing to plenty para. On the 22nd of September 2018, at the exclusive and gorgeous air-conditioned La Jolla Auditorium, featuring the best in the para business, the Lara Brothers. Music by Kabuki and the Sensational Sammy Sound Company from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Get your early bird tickets for only $100. Tickets available at Mount St. Benedict Credit Union Office, St. Augustine. Party Foods in Arima. Serious Hardware Limited, Malabar. Cunupia Drugstore, Chinchin Road, Cunupia. And Diamonds by Sarah on High Street in San Fernando. For more information, call 298-5182 or 643-5702. There's going to be a well-stocked bar as well as food. So on the 22nd of September, come on home. We eating red pork and plenty para. Aye, aye.
One elegant night. Kaboogi's White, November 17th. Stay tuned.
Okay, 628-9595, 628-3131. I kind of confused you, didn't I? What will the flavors leave you asking for? That's the question. If you answer that question, you would win the $45 voucher to receive a meal, but you must collect it by tomorrow, 7th of April. Okay, let's see. Hi, good morning. You are calling to answer the question? What will the flavors leave you asking for? Alright, that's not the answer we're looking for, but I mean, thank you for trying. 628-9595, it's an easy answer. I'll give you a clue. It has something to do with the station.
That is such a. I mean, what does any flavor, any great flavor, make you want to ask for? It's so easy and it rhymes. So as I said,
Hi, good morning.
right?
Yes, give me a name. Give me a name. What is your name? What is your name?
What is your name?
¿Cómo se llama?
But just tell me your phone number. 494-4330.
Yeah.
I'll call you. Okay, good. Thank you. Hi. Good morning. Good morning. Oh Lord, you're running like Rowley, running late. Well, you see what I mean? Somebody called before you. Sorry about that, but thank you for trying. We'll have another one another day. Don't worry. Uh-huh.
Lord.
Oh.
There.
Yeah, I was there. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Boy, I'll be looking at nothing. Oh gosh, come on. No. We can't accept that. We can't accept that. Come on. Unacceptable. I mean, be a little comical, but don't go down that road. Come on. We have to still respect the office. I mean, we could joke with the guy. I mean, I said you'd see nothing. I mean, at least, come. Anyhow, Philip, be back with you. So, Kevin Boy, I mean, the first person wanted all kind of thing, but he wanted duck and this and
but you see, but he wanted more. You should have given him.
No.
He went at it wrong side, but you should have given him
The
still.
food is good because when it was the other place and I was telling you, I used to buy food from
We
them. The
go
food was
in,
good.
we go in and check it out. We gotta make a day and a time because it's a busy day. Robert, tomorrow is a busy day. Where you meeting? Because there are protests all over the place. Which section of the band you going in? Because we meeting at our headquarters at 10 o'clock and we walk into the Prime Minister's office at 11.
I go
Just-
to my today, man, my distance show.
Where you going? You protesting at Pizza Hut?
I go to show, I listen, I only show the distance in the place, and I'm not going to put out too much energy.
I want to ask you a question. Do you think, plain talk, right now, based on everything that has happened, we can't make the whole list, but if you were to say Sandals, secret gas deal with Venezuela, now Petrotrin, a fake recession when the rest of the world was booming, mismanagement of the country, Maxi Coffee, and how that was handled, wouldn't you agree that the time is now for us to fire the Prime Minister?
No, I think the Prime Minister has to be fired. I mean,
Has to be fired.
without any kind of double thinking. And he should definitely sit back in his quiet time tonight, asking himself some very pointed questions. If you are the man that is managing the economy, because ultimately the buck stops with you, as he has told us.
But that was his first statement.
Yeah.
The buck stopped with him. And he just said he don't mind losing the job.
Correct. And I'm happy for that.
Because
at least he's willing to give somebody else the opportunity
Robert,
to take the job.
Def-
And I think that's an honorable thing for a man like him to do. Whether he means it or not is a different story. You know, when you get to the power and you just get a brand new Mercedes Benz,
But he does not mean it.
he doesn't mean it. I just think
Kevin, you sound like you know
more
it.
years, I
I
think
want to tell you something. I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago something. You can't make this stuff up, you know. And if we had Google Rowley before the election, we would have seen what was coming. If you go, and I didn't make this up, this is on Urban Dictionary as a definition. If you Google Rowleyism, the definition, Rowleyism, the definition is a false equivalency that serves a dishonest political purpose.
Oh, shucks. You're lying.
Robert, if you go right now,
You're lying, man.
Google
You
it,
only say that
the
you're
whole
political-
of Trinidad,
you're
brother
political
man, let me tell you something. There are two things I can tell you that I don't ever do, and one of them is lie.
No, you're lying down every night.
But that's a anyway. Rowleyism, and hey, I put my entire political future on the line here. Everybody, go on Google Rowleyism.
It has to be Rowleyism.
Rowleyism. No, but if you Google Rowley, it was. And I can't read that one on the air. And again, we didn't write that. That is international.
So
They have.
when you put Philip, where does come up with?
Oh, that's a totally sexy person. You don't have to worry about that. That's just too sexy. That's too sexy. But Robert, when I saw that the definition for Rowleyism is a false equivalency that serves a dishonest political purpose, we've been saying that this man double-tongued, boy. This man is saying two different things with the same tongue.
No, very true. He has said quite a number of things. I mean, I never forgot when I asked him about the issue of Malcolm Jones and the amount of money. He was very, very calm in saying, there's a deal going on. There's a deal going on. As if to say, oh, let's move on. Let's move on. And I can't understand that kind of philosophy.
Let me share something with you now.
I might raise it by another 15%.
What do you mean?
In April of next year.
Mr. Lafa.
Laugh at the people of the country.
That was ridiculous on his part, and he never apologized for that.
He said that we're idiots.
As a matter of fact, when
The
he
people
was,
of Trinidad are idiots. I will do it again.
when he was on the platform in Sanford, in Marbella, he went a step further, and he has called into repute the credibility of a whole financial sector.
Based on what experience, expertise, or knowledge? Colm Imbert is a pretender to that post. What is the name of the Minister of Health under the UNC who had tell the people, we've heard you, now shut up? No, it's a woman that fire her. They make memes about her all the time.
Yeah. I see in her face.
She have a triple barrel name and they sent her to the United Nations, right? The PNM support Cornelis Baptiste.
Anyhow,
She, the PNM sycophants, never let her forget that she said that. But the same people, that's why I call out people all the time. If you took a position on Cornelis, it was Primus,
No.
Baptiste, one of them triple barrel name, something, one or the other. But when she said, we've heard you, now shut up, that is not as bad as your Minister of Finance laughing at you, the voter, like an idiot. He said, well, I raised it 15%. I realized I didn't raise it enough. I raised it more and they ain't riot yet. So then I go back and raise it some more. Because they're stupid. You know why they're stupid? They look at my gargoyle face. They look at my track record and they still vote me back. That I could have fooled them. That I could have been part of a government that went in the parliament and hijacked the nation's legislature and lie about Emailgate and get away with that.
You know what is fantastic? Is that the people from Diego Martin noticed when I did my cursory check, they love the man.
I think you must be check fairways.
Urban Dictionary have a synonymous meaning with keep Rowley watching.
No, that Trini do that one. A Trini must be do that one. No, but Robert, if you drive over,
Mount St. Benedict Cruise says Pork and Parang on the 22nd of September 2018 at the La Jolla Auditorium, St. Joseph, 9 p.m. to 3:30 a.m. Early bird tickets are only $100. You don't have to worry about the bar. It's going to be well stocked. And the food, that's why it's Pork and Parang. It's going to have a lot of pork and it's going to have a lot of parang. Music is going to be by the Lara Brothers Parang Group, Kabuki, and of course Sensational Sammy. Tickets are available from the Mount St. Benedict Credit Union office in St. Augustine, Hearty Foods in Arima, Serious Hardware Limited in Malabar, Columbia Drug Store, Chinchin Road, Columbia, and Diamonds by Sewa in High Street in San Fernando. For more information, call 298-5182 or 643-5702. That's Pork and Parang. Started right. Started on the 22nd of September and started with the Mount St. Benedict crew. You were saying?
I just want to tell you this. I was going to tell you, but I was going to follow on that thought, but I'm not going to give him too much more airtime. But what I want to tell Trinidad and Tobago is, if you are fed up of the politics of misdirection and noise, if you are fed up of 56 years of banditry and corruption at the highest level of this country, because Robert, we've lost $3 trillion that we can't account for, and you need a government that is not only willing to go and get that money back and put it in the treasury, but bring to justice all of the ministers and members of parliament and the white collar criminals that facilitated that theft in the first place. You need to have a proper justice system and a criminal corruption court to prosecute these people.
So you want to go to the Hague then? You know, the thing about it is that
Something has to be done.
The Caroni Racing Complex, those stay stuck in your gar, boy. They don't have you
I'm not
upset.
Saturday nothing.
Caroni Racing Complex, I say that, Robert, they have 2 generations alive that don't know what that is.
The thing is that I was very touched when Stuart Young had said he's going to follow the money. What is very,
You know,
what is
I nearly said something there.
That statement
I'm
started real
glad,
bad.
I'm glad I hold,
Very touched by
Robert, I'm
Stuart
glad, I'm glad I hold back. I'm glad I hold back. You see that? Well, let's try to put me in trouble.
You see, the thing about it though is that
That's the man who get the big money to write a letter.
I was kind of very asking myself the question the other day. With all of this, you know, you have this kind of English touch when it comes out to talking.
It's an earnestness.
You understand? And the way
He
expresses
wants to be
himself.
believed.
And he always has this way of
He-
glasses when he's doing
You know how you know when Stuart Young lying?
Tell me.
His lips has been moving. That's his job in the party.
It's
Stuart-
ridiculous though that a
That
man
is-
who came to the country and said he's going to follow the money. I don't care who they lock up, you know. Whether it's a opposition or whether it's a PNL, it really don't make no
You
difference.
cannot take a chance and put another one of the corrupt political parties who will let these things slide. Everything that Keith Rowley and Faris Al-Rawi campaigned on were lies. Everything were lies because they brought nobody to justice.
No, they have brought nobody.
Not one case.
in
3 years. 3 years. How much time you need? How much time you need? Now you have parliamentary privilege and you have the power of the treasury and the police. You doing nothing, wasting people time. And now the UNC doing the same thing. And the Ansel Roger that demonized Kamala, that dragged mannequins and effigies through town. Now Kamala marching with. I can't keep track. Robert, we need a government. You know this. The people of Trinidad and Tobago need a government that dedicated to doing two things: undoing and redoing the mismanagement of this country, putting proper systems in place so that things run without corruption. And the second thing is to bring all of these people to justice. You see all the crime on the bottom, all them little gun toters, them will rest down the gun and go and work because they will see that you have a government really serious about bringing criminals to justice. If you start on the top, it will resonate to the bottom. We very good at locking up and locking down Morva, Bitam, Lavantel and Silots. It is time for our government to also expand that into St. Clair, Fairways and Goodwood Park. Valsain and Palmies have questions to answer too.
The country has questions to answer.
We have criminal co-conspirators at the highest
And you
levels.
know what is fascinating? You pass in some of these areas and you see some houses that are definitely worth anywhere between $3 and $10 million.
You know what to talk. Goodwood Park have empty land for 50 million.
I hear you. My point to you is, we have a law that gives you the right to go behind the veil to find out about all these corrupt practices because you can see.
But you do not have a government. Listen, shark don't bite shark.
That's true.
Shark don't bite shark. When they watch one another across the political divide, all they're seeing is you get away with that, I'll get away with this. And mutually assured destruction. If they start to bust each other files in real, not in joke, in real.
But you know, he Keith Rowley and also to some extent Franklin Can and some of the others, I think even Stuart, you made the point that the former government never shared the gas price with you, so why are you asking us to share the gas price with you now?
See what I mean?
That's like saying,
See what I mean?
why
See
are
what
you
I
charging
mean?
me with murder when he
See
gets
what,
away
no,
with
no,
it?
no,
That's
no,
ridiculous.
no. The woman who leave a man who used to beat her. When she reached her next man and he beating her too, he said, boy, how long you stay with he? How long you stay with he? You're now reaching, you get one hand and you're talking.
I laugh at it, but
It's a serious thing because, and it dovetails with your Me Too thing, and I wanted to tell Trinidad and Tobago that it is amazing that this media organization would champion, and that is something that is to be respected. I appreciate that you all will take that on. Robert, tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock, we are inviting Trinidad and Tobago, all of civil society, all of you who want a better country, to meet us at 19 Stanmore Avenue. If you can't find yourself there, meet us on the Savannah because we're walking up Stanmore Avenue to the Savannah. So once you're in the vicinity of BP Amoco Building and Cipriani Boulevard, we will find you. If you don't have orange, wear red, white and black. We walk in at 11 o'clock.
Here's a classic. On the television now, they are showing a bottling line, bottling Tabasco. I told you already, the president is someone named Tony Simmons. If you see the amount of pepper sauce he have in barrel,
Of course.
I told you earlier, a barrel of oil is $70 US, and you have to spend billions of dollars to put up the plant to get that barrel of oil.
$59 TT. Out of that $76 is your cost to produce.
A barrel of pepper sauce will be more
Let's work it
than
out.
a barrel of oil.
I will bring a barrel for you. And we will go Central Market. And we will buy peppers until we could fill that barrel. And we'll work out what that costs.
I had to interject here now. A barrel of pepper sauce versus a barrel of oil. How many uses you could get with a barrel of oil versus of uses with
I
a barrel
don't
of pepper
dispute
sauce?
that, but we're not
That's
talking
why,
about
but that's why oil is considered
No,
more
but
valuable.
Not at all. No. Robert,
The concern is not about that. The concern is if you have money.
what we could produce. What we could produce, but more
And
importantly,
the concern is that we have the land and we have the human.
absolutely.
resource,
No,
and
no,
we
no,
have
no,
the
no.
water.
Our land is to grow cineplexes and mall. Kevin, I want to tell you something. Pepper sauce, our pepper sauce, our scorpion, Maruga pepper. is the best use for that is in pepper spray, and that you could sell by the barrel. And I want to tell you something. They have 300 million police officers that need pepper spray on the hip.
And the other
We
thing I
will
was-
never run out of
One other thing
pepper.
I was saying is that I explained to the country already that the how do you call it now? The asphalt product, what is it called?
Pitch.
Bitumen. The bitumen market is expected by 2020 to be 100 billion.
Robert, pitch alone, but I'm saying that we every
100
time
billion.
pitch supposed to mind this country.
No, but if we take the
Where is the
present-
pitch money?
If we take the present system we have,
Where's the pitch money?
if we take the present system, the present oil, and we convert it, we will be having much more in selling bitumen than selling oil.
Thank you, Robert, for having me here. See all of you tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock at 19 Stanmore Avenue. Stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.